name is Mila Korls. I'm from Ukraine. I have about 15 years of experience. I have master's degree in music, and when I came to the United States, I noticed that after about a year, most kids quit, and I thought, what is the problem? And this is what basically I can tell you. Most books, if you go to the store, most books for beginners, they have numbers, like you see numbers, represent fingering, and letters on the top. So when child start playing, this is what happened. They already have the concept of numbering and letters. So basically they tell you what to press. And when they come to the song like this, without numbers and letters, they cannot figure out what to play. So this is the problem from the beginning. And I was looking for books at the store, and there is no such a books. So I found a method called Harmony Road method. And those songs, those books doesn't have the numbers, and kids from the very beginning, from the first song, they have the right concept, learning the notes right away without even fingering. Another thing what I noticed, that most teachers using this method called every good boy does fine, or face. So what that means, for every line there's a certain letter. For example, every represents E, good is a G, B it's boy, D does, and F fine. So what happened when child look at the notes, they always think about this sentence, every good boy does fine, and face means spaces, F-A-C-E. Plus there is a bass clef, which is different words completely. So it's a lot of confusions. So when they start playing something harder, there's a lot of things going on in their brain. 3 notes at the same time, it's very complicated. So I use different methods that I come up with. It's visual memorization. So child will know your notes in about 5 minutes. And you'll be very impressed how I teach that. Now the other thing what I use in my method is improvising. When the child get older, more advanced, I'll teach them how to just sit down on the piano and come up with a song by yourself. Or compose. Some of my songs, some of my books has this, create your own melody. So I will teach your child how to create your own melody, or how to figure out the chords. There is some songs without the bass clef, and what I do, I will teach how to come up with the chords, like right here. Harmony challenge. There is no bass clef, so I will teach your child how to come up with the chords. And I teach chords in a fun way. I do a lot of different things to make it fun. For example, when I do a theory game, I use the ball. I ask the question with the ball, and they give it back to me with the answer. Okay, it's a very fun way, and kids love it. I also use magnet board for building the chords, like figure out what name of the chord is, and for dictation. So most songs that we play, I will ask them to put the notes right away. So it's teaching them interhearing. Plus, I using singing when they play, and it's also an option. Some kids don't want to sing, but it's good for hearing, to develop hearing, to sing at the same time you play. So basically, it's activate your hearing. The extra things I use in this method is transposition, which is changing the key, or changing the key from C major to D major. Let me play a couple songs that I use in my books, and those songs are fun. For example, one of the songs for 8 years old. The song is fun, and if you compare with the book that you can find in the store, I'll just give you a little example what the song looks like. Or so they're not as fun as my songs because I have the disc. Each song that you're going to play will have a disc with it, which is very cool. Kids really love it. It's a great feature. Let me introduce this boy. His name is Anurag. He's only 5 years old, and he took only 3 lessons so far. And this is what he achieved. He'll be able to play this song, hands together, and we'll have treble clef and bass clef at the same time. Okay, go ahead, Anurag. 5 years old would start doing the notes right away. This is the first song they learn with the right hand, and this is the notes. So they learn the right concept of learning the notes. Let me tell you the difference between this method and the other methods. I'll just give you this situation. I had this girl, student Grace, and she took lessons with other teacher for 1 year, and when she came to my lessons, I asked her basically to play anything. She wasn't able to play anything, and even like the first song that my students play at the first lesson, like this simple song, she was not able to play it. And I thought there is a problem. And again, the problem, like I told you before, it's kids cannot play without having letters and numbers. They just can't play it. And this was the other book that she used to use before. Anyway, I started teaching her from very beginning, from 0, and after 6 weeks she was able to play Ode to Joy, Hands Together, and she actually read the notes. Okay. And this is her personal testimony. Please listen to it.
My name is Lisa Compton, and my daughter Grace and I came to Mila just 6 weeks ago. Grace had been taking piano lessons with another piano teacher for just 1 year, and she was getting a little frustrated, so we decided to try another teacher and came to Mila, and pretty much started with her Mila's book, and she started from ground zero, starting from beginning. In 6 weeks time, there's been a huge change in Grace. She's way more motivated to do her practicing, and is 6 weeks later playing Ode to Joy, both hands, beautifully, perfectly. So knowing the notes and counting and doing much more than she's done in 1 year's time. So it's been really great. So.
I am Julissa. I've been taking classes with Miss Mila for 2 weeks, and this is what I've achieved.
Hi, my name is Michael, and I've been taking improvisation lessons from Mila for about 3 lessons. And improvisation is basically where you make up a song on the spot without, learning it. And this is what I've learned.